Hey everybody, this is Math Foundations Pre-Calculus. This is some of the videos on polynomials. And first video in this series was a review of stuff you already know. This one, we're talking about the power rule. We talked about it in first semester, but then I kind of glossed over it and said, you know what? You could happily live without it. So it's back. We'll do some practice. But again, if you're not fond of it, you can happily live excuse me, without it. So the biggest thing with the power rule and where students get messed up is knowing what it looks like. So a power rule, well, is one from right down here. 2p, 3, 4. It's this part right here that makes it a power. Power is an exponent and then a bracket and an exponent. So 3 is the exponent and then bracket and then a 2 there. That's what to look for. Okay. So 2 ways to do it. Before last semester, I said, this is easy. All you do is just follow the rules you already know. There's my base, remember? And this says write it out twice because I'm going to multiply it. So 2 times 2 is 4. P3 times P3 is P6. You add your exponents. Multiply the coefficients, add your exponents. So this really is just multiplication. We already know. Now, if we do it again, what we do is we kind of distribute. It feels a little bit backwards. 2 to the 2. And then we distribute this. Okay, I don't know how to write that, but basically you multiply your exponents. And there was a 1 on here. So 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And then you go 4, because 2 squared is 4. And you go P6. I don't like the power rule. I have to teach it. It's in the curriculum. But students just get confused. This, it's easy. Hey, here's your exponent. Write it out twice and multiply. This I have to remember to apply it to both the number and the variable. And then I'm multiplying, but I'm multiplying my exponents. How it just that. It's not great. So honestly, although we call it the power rule, just recognize it. We can do it without using the power rule. I'll show you an example. Well, actually, I'll show you right now. 2 x5 to the 10. That might be one where I actually use the power rule, because if I do this way, how many times do I have to write this out? Come on, yell at the video for me. Yeah, I'd have to write it out 10 times. I'm kind of lazy. So this would be 2 to the 10 and x 5 times 10 is 50. Now I could go 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I gotta do it. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm horrible at that because I keep losing track and then I don't trust myself. What we need to do is 2. Now on this calculator, I have a y to the x button. Oh, let me move it up so you can see. The lighting's not great. It's right there. On most calculators, it's a caret button. So you go 2. So the caret is the one that looks like a little teepee. Or depending on the calculator, sometimes it's x to the y, sometimes it's y to the x. And we put 10 in there, and bada boom, bada bing, it's 1024. Now, the only reason I use the power rule is because I was lazy. It's not that you and I couldn't do it the other way. I'm just kind of lazy and I don't feel like writing it out 10 times. So it works. If it makes you happy, go for it. But most of these are a power of 2 or 3. It's just as easy to write it out. Okay, so your call. We are going to simplify these. I'm going to do a couple, and then I'm going to ask you to pause the video and do your magic. Okay, so I already did this one. So this is 4x squared, and I'm going to write it, 3 times. So I write exactly what's in the bracket, 3 times over, and I'm multiplying. So 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 more is 64. And then I'm going to go 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. And just as a reminder, so that we have the notes of where this came from. You don't have to do that. You definitely don't have to do it every time, but maybe later. That's going to help. Or that probably is a really good thing to throw on your formula sheet. It's like, yeah, I got that number, but I don't remember how it got there. All right, let's do it again. 8p3. How many times starting to write it out? Yep, 4. Oh, no, no, no. I don't know. 8 times 8 is 4 times 8. I don't know. 256 maybe? Times 8. Got nothing. 4096. I could just practice. I could use my exponent button because this really is 8 to the power of 4. There you go. So, whoops. Sorry, I got really bad lighting in here today. Yeah. It is what it is. So it's up to you. And then for my p's, I just add 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. And for fun, I can go, oh yeah, right. Power rule, 3 times 4 is 12. It's a nice way to double check your work. All right, pause the video. Do this one and see how far you can get. You should be able to probably do all the way up to, oops, you can't see that, all the way up to 25 without any problems. Okay, so pause the video and then turn it back on, or just be lazy and check the answer key back. All right, 21, so this is 3x to the 4th. 3 times 3 is 9, x 8. I guess you can see how much I like the power rule. It's easier. Okay, well, considering this is the page on power rules, I guess I should try it. This is going to give me 3 to the 4th and k to the 4th, right? There was no number on either of them, so we just take that 4 and distribute it. So I can go 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's 4 of them and get 81. Or I can go 3 and use my exponent button. Again, on yours, it's probably a TP looking thing. A little top of the house, whatever you want. And 4 boom, 81. That's why I really encourage you to either get your own calculator or borrow one of mine for the entire semester, so that you know what the buttons look like. 81, K4, done. All right, let's try it again. This is going to give me 6 to the third and to the 9, because we multiply here, because we do like that. And then 6 to the third. Oops, can't see again. Maybe that's the answer. 6. Again, on mine, it's y to x. On 3, 216. You're multiplying these. I don't know which you'll find faster, but make sure you pick one and use it all the time. Ooh, look, we got more than one letter here. So 6 squared, x8, right? 4 times 2, oh, y8. So it's going to be 36, x8, y8. But really, if I just wrote that like that, 6 times 6 is 36. X to the 4 times x to the 4, I'm going to add those, x8. Y to the 4 times y to the 4, y8. I don't know which is shorter. I find this easier to do. So, ta-da, there you go. Your choice. And notice these don't get combined or anything. You just, those are all the x's, those are x, all the y's. Okay, this is me being super lazy, realizing, if I use this one as the first one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! All right, I want to say 8 to the 4th, like 4,096 maybe. 8xy4. Yes, I'm learning my 8 power. 4, 0, 9, 6, 3, 6, 9, 12. And 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I can check. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. Yep, we're golden. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Now they start to look weird. So what I did here is I checked a little box on the computer, on the software that does this for me. And I said, hey, why don't y'all do multiplication and powers at the same time? And it said, okay. So this is where BEDMAS becomes important. The B in BEDMAS stands for brackets. So if there's something to do in the brackets, you do it first. And in this case, there is. So this is just a multiplication question. So 3 times 3 is 9. And k times k to the third is k to the fourth. To the third. Okay, so this part just came back down. So my B is done. Now I'm going to deal with my exponent. So that's this part. So here we go. Let's keep it lazy. It's that kind of day. If I look outside, it's, wait a minute. There it is. It's outside. It's cold. Not this morning, but yesterday morning it was -50. I don't know where it's going with it. It's a day to be lazy. Just make it easy on yourself. Okay, so 9 times 9 is 81. Times 9, 729. And then we got K 4 plus another 4 is 8 plus another 4 is 12. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, so if there's stuff in the brackety bits, do it first. Now, if I look at this one, there's brackets, but there's nothing to do. It's 3x to the fourth. It's not like I can make it into something better. So 4x squared times, excuse me. I know I was using brackets over here. That's just habit. But since there's a dot there, I'll use a dot there. It doesn't mean anything. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 more is 36. And then I've got x squared plus x to the fourth at 6. And 4 more is x 10. And there we go. So that's converting it over to multiplication. If you wanted to, you could have done 4x squared times, and then do the exponent part. So 3 squared is 9, and x to the fourth squared is x8, which is 36 x10. This is completely right. This is completely right. We got the same answer. It doesn't matter. So again, this is more multiplication. This is more using the power rule. I honestly can't imagine a situation where I say you must use the power rule. No, no. So either one, whichever works better for you. All right. You know what? I'm just going to do it again. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 4 is 16. N cubed times n cubed, that's n to the 6, and 4 more is n10. Done. Okay. Oh, this one we have to be careful. We have to do this part first. All right. If there's stuff to do in the brackets, you have to do it first. You can't start doing the exponent. It's just not going to go well for you. So 2 times 1, so it's going to be 2, right? There's an understood 1 there. And x squared times x squared is x to the fourth. Fourth times 4x3. I think I'm going to try and show off and use the power rule here, because I could just write this out 4 times. But I'm going to do the power rule. I'm lazy. 4, so this is going to be 2 to the fourth. And x 4 times 4 is 16 times 4x3. Now, this is where I got to be careful. I need to deal with this exponent here before I multiply it by the over here. So 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. 16x16 times 4x3. 16 times 4 is 64. X19. Oopsies. 19 up there. No, if I really like that. I think I would have been better off just writing that one out 4 times and not having to worry about dealing with this stuff. Your call. Okay, almost done. 3p squared times 3p squared times 4p cubed. 3 times 3 is 9 times 4 is 36. And p 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 3 more is 7. Ta-da! All right, almost done. 3x to the third. That's 3x to the third. How many times? Hey, 3. 3x to the third times 4x. That could have been brackets there. Sorry. Okay. 3 times 3 times 3 times 4. 108. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 more is 9, and 1 more is 10. All right, so that is the end of the power video. Your call, however you want to do that. Thank you for joining me, and I hope Math Foundations Pre-Calculus is going well for you. If not, you probably should come sit down with me and have a lovely chat. Bye.